we'll move to the, okay, welcome everyone to the 123rd Knowledge Seekers Workshop at the Keshe Foundation. Let me do that again. I didn't have my live stream audio on. Welcome everyone to the 123rd Knowledge Seekers Workshop. It's Tuesday, July 26, 2016, and we'll begin the workshop with a video from our friends in Ghana. Let's get that going. I have to reshare that to make the video work, or the the audio work.
Keshe Foundation Ghana, in association with Ghana Atomic Commission and Ghana Spaceship Institute, would like to invite you to attend the New Dawn, Africa's Meteoric Rise in Spaceship Technology Conference, October 17th through 19th, 2016, in Ghana. Keshe Foundation Ghana's mandate is to build awareness and promote research into plasma technology. The foundation is presently working with governmental institutions and other interest groups in Ghana to fulfill this goal. At the conference, you will be afforded the opportunity to learn about and experience plasma technology firsthand. The cost of admission to the conference includes 3-night stay in one of Ghana's prestigious hotels. Hotel packages include a single, double, or twin room option, and an option for an apartment or suite. Breakfast, tea, and coffee breaks. Keshe Foundation Ghana is focused on utilizing plasma technology to solve numerous problems facing the African nation. Come to the New Dawn, Africa's Meteoric Rise in Spaceship Technology Conference in Ghana. Learn about plasma technology and learn how you can participate in spreading the word about it. Together, we can bring freedom to Africa and humanity, and we hope to see you there.
Okay, welcome everyone to the 123rd Knowledge Seekers Workshop of the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute. It's Tuesday, July 26, 2016, for this special workshop that's earlier than usual, and I'm sure Mr. Keshe has some good reasons for that. So let's check in with him and see what's going on. Hello, Mr. Keshe.
Yes, good morning, good evening, good day to you as usual, wherever and whenever you listen to these workshops. If you remember last week and the week before, when we started the true teaching in the space technology, I explained that this is going to be very interactive from now on, that the minute we see a breakthrough by anyone in the work of the spaceship program, which we see is significant to the teaching and development of the technology by all of you, we will organize and we call in for these kind of workshops. These workshops are very short, maybe an hour, half an hour, an hour and a half, but we can repeat this even on daily basis. As you develop, we see the need for it to be shared. We'll come on and share it. There are two major developments today which needs to be shared, and then you understand where the change has come. Most of these goes back to the teaching in the past couple of weeks, where some people have started trying and testing. If you remember last week or the week before, we made some teaching. I go back over the teaching, and then we connected to the what we call the work of the spaceship technology. Before we go there, there's a major what you call disclosure we have to do, and that is to do with the maglev generators. As you're aware, we have opened the development of the maglev generators, and we have started putting it in the market that it can be developed. For the first time today, we show the work of a maglev unit in its raw state. What this means is that you can see power is produced. We are doing this in 4 different locations in different parts of the world that no government can block. This is the way we chose, and we chose today especially to show this, that there is no misunderstanding. You can see the working system. It's from the benchmark, test bench, and you can see how it can use up to 3. You can go up to some units 5. We estimate we can go up to 20, 30 kilowatt use. So we initially, last year, this time in July, we released the maglev units as a power reduction. Some of you use it, and some of you could not see some huge differences. The development now is that there is no two-way about it. You disconnect your supply from the grid. You literally take your fuse box out, you disconnect the earth and the light from your connection to the government or to the grid, and what you do, you plug your system into the main of the house, or it becomes your supply. You don't need to feed it, you don't need to add any energy to it, and you can literally use the rest of the house as domestic use as you do. These units are fixed, so we fix it to about 3-4 kilowatt. And in that process, these will be supplied, as we said, within August, September, we start producing it and we're releasing it. The way it's going to work is very simple. And that is, if you remember, you bought or you made a maglev unit. If you, thousands of you who bought the maglev unit, this is what you received. And you plugged it in and gave you the reduction. The new system has a second maglev unit which gets added to it, and it's become the supplier together, triggering each other off. And all you need to do, if this is your first unit, you plug your, what you call the power, into the entry of your maglev, and the one with the 2 cables you plug into the wall of the house, or you connect to your main supply switch fuse box. So what you're going to have is literally a system which is add together the 2 of them, and this becomes the new generator. As you remember at the beginning, we said we'll add units to it, that it becomes gradually to what it's supposed to be. This is the first 2 units. And this system now is getting commercialized. Those of you who built your maglev units at home yourself, which we encourage you to do, you can buy the additional unit to become a generator. In a coming time, we will release the blueprint of the generator section 2. There is a development process going on because we are in the process of, in a way, maximizing the power and minimizing all the possible matter use of materials in any of the 2 sections. So in next 2 months, as we have to deliver the first orders, you receive 2 units. If you bought the maglev unit, you can buy the second unit. Facilities made on the website. If you are manufacturers and you are waiting for whatever reason for maglev units to be tested or whatever, now it's a straightforward. You want your shorter, okay? Better now? You can hear better now? Yes? Sounds much better. So what you have now is that the manufacturing teams who are waiting, or other companies who are waiting for production of the material, or maglev units, now you don't have this dilemma anymore. Okay? They're checking my sound just for a minute. Yeah? Okay? That's okay. So you go directly into production systems which you literally deliver at a power supply. 3 to 5 kilowatt systems, or plus we will add the price for it to just for what it needs to be done internally, but we can push the supply to 5 kilowatt, 10 kilowatt. There are about 25 people, mainly from Belgium, who ordered the original generators 4 or 5 years ago. They never claimed their deposit, and they paid a 500 euro deposit for the 5,000 units, 5,000 euro units, where a generator to supply it at 5,000 euro. You get the same power supply at 1,800. We did not refund those who didn't want because of the legal problem in Belgium, where if you receive money from Cash Foundation, you're becoming receipt from a terrorist organization, the way it's set up by Red Circle. Their organization set it up that way. Now we deposit your unit with a notary in a third country, which means those 25 people can go order their units from that lawyer, that notary, and we have completed our contract with you. We thank you for being patient, and your power generators are patient. It's about 5 or 6 of them. They already arrived. I spoke with them this morning. And if you want to go directly to become manufacturer of the generators, you can still apply. If you applied before, you got no response. Now the new management will take over and sort everything out very rapidly. If you are developing the units, or for the teaching units, maglev units, start teaching your students or your people who come as knowledge seekers that the maglev units in the coming weeks become generators. We release the blueprint of the generator to the factories first, and then we release it to public. At the same time, we're releasing the whole technology. Pardon? There is a feedback. So in this process, now we have become and have made humanity independent of energy resources like oil, like gas, nuclear, and the rest. Because you can produce these, as you've done with maglev systems, yourselves in your country. And one of our priority with the energy units is Ghana. We're sending very rapidly for development of the manufacturing of this unit, because energy is crisis in that country, and the Cash Foundation Atomic Center will allow us to develop very rapid development. What I want you to see, we have a video that you can see the maglev generator in operation, and this has been going on, starting with a very small load, the same as what we did with you. We started with a high load and we phased in. Now the system is around about 2.5, 3 kilowatt. Rick, do you have the video that we can see, please?
Yes, yes, Mr. Kesh, I just got that ready at this moment. Let me get it set up here.
This is the first time we show, this was taken a few hours ago deliberately for this presentation. And we will show the blue version of it in a matter of a couple of weeks that you can see. We need to add a production facility to see this. Okay, are you ready to go?
Can you see it there on your screen?
Yes, you're sharing the screen. Yes, go ahead.
Okay, let me play it. Hopefully the sound will come through.
Through this, I'm sorry for putting this out so fast. I accidentally tore something up and had to rebuild it. But anyway, this is a later topic. I want to go through what's connected right now to the load. As you can see, this is some of you call it a panini, I call it a grilled cheese toaster. And the light's on. It's 800 watts. I got a 1500 watt fan forced heater here. We're fixing to crank it up. As you can see, the light's on. Heat's coming out nice and hot. I got a dorm refrigerator right here. Right there, you can see it's coming in. Plugging into the same strips, battery power, mag grab capacitors, another refrigerator, a standard fridge that we're fixing to, there we go, and just so you can hear, it's working. Really, I use it for a vacuum to vacuum out refrigerant out of automobiles. I made that myself. So anyway, my little off-grid system here that runs off 12 or 6 volt or 12 volt system. In this particular case, I've got a 6 volt system running up to it. You can see the fluorescence come on. We're at 103.67 fluctuating. You can see the strip here. Sorry, this is really fast. This is basically what we've got up here on the board. Heater with the fan at 1500 watts. Grilled cheese toaster 800 watts. 3 18-watt CFL spiral bulbs, 54 watts, dorm refrigerator, 500 watts on the start, 70 watts on the run cycle, a standard refrigerator compressor, 700 watts on the start, 85 watts on the run cycle. Total wattage consumption on the start, 3554 on wattage. On the run cycle will be 2509. Now I just added a 30 watt glue gun on here too because I had something that needed to be secured down there. It's moving around on me. So anyway, that increased that up to 3539 or 2539 and 3584 on the start. On the run, we're running right now at 2509. We got 104.3 volts shooting out. We'll get the thermal indicator here. Bear with me just a second. We'll take some temperature readings. We are in Fahrenheit range. It is hot in here because I have the heater going, and we can see the capacitors are reading about 89 to 91 degrees. The mag grab center coil is 91 degrees. Top coil 110, 111, 108. So let's say 110. Bottom coil, nice, 90, 89. And the wires coming off here, alligator clips, 82 degrees. This being the main load wire here, going back out, only 91, 92 degrees. And just so y'all know, the toaster's working. Yeah, quite warm there it is, 300, and so the heater's working too. Let me get that off of, is it on hold? Okay, here we go, scan, let's scan the elements there, and as you can, well, let me get on them. It's kind of hard for me to move around. Me moving around, it's kind of hard to get on those coils like that. But you can see there's 250 degrees coming out of the coils there. Nothing's heating up. No, as you can see, no wires melting, and everything is normal. We got a voltage right here at the base of the CFL at 89, 87 degrees. You can hear my little motor chumming in the background there. And voltage consumption is down to 97, 98 volts is what it's actually pushing out right now with this particular load on it. I do have quite the load on this little bitty system, but I wanted to show you there's no hidden wires. There's my outlet right there. There's nothing plugged into it. This is self-sufficient, and I'm so sorry for the short video. I'll try to do a little bit better job and get more information out to you as soon as possible. Peace and God bless to each and every one of you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Now you've seen the first. This is how it will look if you build one at home. This is the generator. So you've seen it. This is the material from the development lab in the United States. And now you can see we have achieved a point of total energy supply indefinite, as long as you like, 3.5 kilowatts. So this completes the work of the Keshe Foundation to deliver the generator. And you have, you can purchase one, you can develop it yourself, the manufacturing team. There is no ifs and buts, there is no crookedness. All the accusation which was targeted at Maghreb by those who were paid to do. Now you buy a unit, you plug it at home, and your electricity is supplied. The only thing, as we say, those who tried to what we call destroy the work of the foundation, now their hand is open. We promised we'll do, and we have achieved it. We're delivering it, and we have a problem now to meet the demand for such a generator worldwide. This morning, I received a confirmation from one of the major corporations in the world for 1 million pieces a month. That is $2 billion or 2 billion order per month, which will be spread across the Keshe Foundation manufacturing throughout the world, because we cannot meet it as a multi-store retail group. They have branches in different parts of the world. So if you have applied to become the manufacturer, we pass the order to you. So you immediately have a solid base order to start manufacturing. This is from one of the major corporations. We've been negotiating with them some time. They said to us, when the generator is ready, we are prepared to come in. We have another order for 1 million, which is pending to be confirmed, again from the major corporation, worldwide recognized. So on receiving these from the headquarters, we spread it to you who applied to become manufacturers. If you want to be the manufacturers, we share these kind of orders across the planet, because one factory in Italy cannot meet these kind of orders. Arizona now is going into the same process, and the others who are set up by the Keshe Foundation, which we have control over, we receive these kind of orders immediately. This completes our work as a generator. So in a way, we have finished with what we came here as part of the power production to do. We have delivered, and for us, power generation is complete, and the world of energy, the world of demand and supply of fuel as of today is finished. We can release the blueprint immediately, but as I said, we just come across refining a few points that it makes the system more efficient to produce in a less usage of material, but in a much easier way. In the background to the same process, we are looking, the next job will be to create what we are working on the wireless generators, which means your 2 units do not need to be plugged anywhere. You can literally put it in the house and use anything you like in the house. This is the next target for the development and innovation. They are partially there. We understand most of the process. I'll guide the technologists to achieve that. We see it, we can control it, and the next step comes. This brings us to the structure of the working of the spaceship. Because now that we have developed this independent power supply, we can play the space program very rapidly. What it means, we produce plasmatic condition, plasmatic energy, and in that process we can use it for a space lift and motion. You should have realized something very interesting on this demonstration. With these Maghreb units, all the 120, 110, 220, 240 is out of the window, because you produce the same structure in United States, we produce the same, copy the same thing in Europe. You can take, we build the unit in Europe, when we send it to United States, they all work. AC, DC, 110, 220, This shows it's a plasmatic condition. You don't need transformers. You don't need to change. And this process is very important when we go into the spaceship development. The reason we call this a special meeting, the power generator was a bonus. The reality is, if you go back to my teaching, couple of weeks teaching ago, I brought on the table this container, and I tried to explain how you can process in a way the start of testing maglev systems for a spaceship, for lift and motion. And the way we worked with like the pens, and we showed the pens, and then you tested it, you built it, and you saw the energies of it, the fields of it. Now we teach you how to start building your own spaceship. As I said a couple of weeks ago, when we said we will start the true space technology, we started teaching everything. That you start understanding, you start developing technologies, you see the fields exist. You don't need vacuum machine, you don't need any complicated system. Now that you have the maglev generators which power plasmatic maglev system, magnetic field, gravitational field energy, you can go in the process of a spaceship program. If you remember, can I reduce this one? If you remember in the teaching of a couple of weeks ago, I explained how to make an arch. You made a scaffolding and you build the arch, and then you reduced the arch, you took a scaffolding away, and then you had the structure. If you remember, I explained to you about the bucket and how you create a magnetic field balls like a star formation, and then you put the liquid gas in, you let your system run, and then you empty the container, you have your star formation without any system. If you remember, I brought this bucket out and I showed you how you can put your system in, fill it up with the gas material, put a ball inside. Where is my gas material? These are the ganses we have here from Dr. Klaus. So you put your system in, you put your maglev system in, like the balls, and then you achieve your flight system. I explained to you, if you remember, if you can use, if you go further, by putting a maglev system inside, if you can control and replace the center with one of these dynamic cores, you can achieve the same condition. The process started, and those of people who listened to the teaching and understood start testing to show that actually if you put some gas materials without doing anything and putting some gas material, as we said, at the bottom of the bucket, you can create the flow of the field. It was important to show, because if you understood this, now you can create dynamism, motion, without actually any motors or any batteries. I was teaching this over the weekend to the Innovation Center, and we said we started on Saturday morning or whatever, and just a few hours before we start having the meeting, Dr. Gota from Kenya sent me a message. I want to send you an interesting video. And this video, to you, if you understand it, is literally the first step into the spaceship program, creation of motion without any motors, creation of motion using plasmatic gas materials without doing anything. And this is, as I said, Africa will shine in the spaceship technology. And now we see another African nation, Kenya, shining. This is historical video, if you understand it, because this will change everything that the man has ever worked in past thousands of years to achieve. I explained in a teaching